Thanks for joining us on another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line. I'm Tony Carvajal, the Executive Vice President of the Florida Chamber Foundation, and joining me today is Ted Granger, President of the United Ways of Florida, and a good friend. Ted, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Tony.
Ted, you know that the business community has long worked with the United Way at the state and local level to address the needs of Florida residents and communities, and I'm really looking forward to continuing this partnership. And recently we've been talking about this isALICE report. I'm intrigued by it. I think our Florida's job creators will be too. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, ALICE is a population. ALICE is an acronym that stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. And I can't believe I said that without stuttering. Yeah. The first ALICE report came out in New Jersey a few years ago, and what it focuses on is that population of working people who are having trouble paying their bills. Folks who in Florida, it'll be about 30 to 40% of the population, and in some counties even more, over 50% of people working hard, working full-time, contributing to the society and the economy, and you know, if their car breaks down, they could fall into poverty.
So we're not talking about poverty by the federal standards. We're talking about people like you and I who have jobs and are trying to make ends meet, but something can really knock them off. Is that what?
Yeah, what's really unique about this report and what we're so excited about is that it goes beyond the federal poverty level, which was created decades ago. And it really looks at what the cost of living is in a community, and it will break down these costs by county. And then it looks at how much people are earning. And when you look at the cost of living, we're looking at what ALICE families have to pay for: transportation, child care, health care, and all of the other components that we all have to pay: utilities, mortgage, rent, and all that kind of stuff.
So it fits in perfectly with the 6 pillars and everything that we talk about quality education systems and workforce and infrastructure and transportation systems and connecting a person's lives with the communities that we've got. Any sneak peeks, anything you want to tell us about what we might be seeing in the report?
Well, we haven't seen the report ourselves. There's a national launch on September 1st that's going to be taking place around the country in 6 of the biggest states in the country. This United Way product hopefully will get to other states. But it does look like we've got between 30 and 40% statewide of this group of working people who we need to try to figure out how to help. And it looks like the average hourly rate for many jobs in the state is $20 or less. And when you combine family needs with that, and one of the things that we're real excited about this report is to show, in conjunction with, you mentioned our partnership with Chambers and United Ways earlier, is businesses do so much now in their communities to help the ALICE families. A lot of people think United Ways deal with all of those folks who aren't working and for some reason or another, but the largest, and we work with that group, but the biggest group are the ALICE group, the folks who are working hard and trying to do it. And companies around the state and businesses contribute so much to United Way and to other charities to help this group. We're looking at some of the systems issues now that we can all work together on to help make sure that these folks can climb that ladder of success.
So as you know, we're encouraging our chamber partners and business partners across the state to explore the findings of this report and work with you, work with us as we talk about high quality education, strong transportation infrastructures, quality child and health care, and all the things that we know that come with a healthy business environment. And we do believe that obviously business is a driver for success in the communities. So I'm looking forward to you all working with us as we go forward. How do they find out a little bit more about this? You mentioned a September rollout, and I know that we'll be featuring this a little bit at the Future of Florida Forum, September 29th through October 1st. How do they find out more?
Very excited about participating at the Future of Florida Forum, and I hope everybody does who's watching this. Contact your local United Way. If you would like to know more. Each local United Way is participating. We've got 32 around the state that cover all 67 counties. Most of the chambers and chamber folks probably know who their United Way people are, and you know, get in touch with them and partner up.
So there's a whole bunch of conversation about salaries being the way to solve this, and you know that across the country there's this big push for federal minimum wage and stuff. That's not really going to solve the problem, is it, Ted?
Well, it's not going to solve the problem at all, and there's research that shows that. And if you look at the ALICE report, the difference between what folks are making and the actual cost of living would require a minimum wage that is so much it would drive our businesses out of business. So the real issues are systems issues. You know, how can we, in some form or fashion, creatively, address some of the transportation issues, which is almost always the #1 issue for the ALICE group. How can we address transportation issues to help them to continue to succeed and work?
Thanks, Ted, and I do appreciate the partnership. Looking forward to the rollout of the ALICE report and working with you on the Future of Florida Forum and all the other projects that we'll do together. I agree with you that the best way to grow Florida and Florida's economy is to find the right jobs. That's the best way to help the ALICEs. For you chambers, for you job creators, for all of you who care about the future of Florida listening today, thank you for joining us on another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line.